Good morning, folks. Happy Monday to you. We are back and at it. Hope you all had a good weekend. We'll talk about that. Let's go ahead and get our chat all sorted out here. Make sure our sources are working. All right, that should be YouTube good to go. And now let's get TikTok going. All right, I think they're both up and working. Rafi, hello, happy Monday to you. Ayo, welcome in. Good to see you. Rafi, nothing, huh? I was hoping it was gonna send out a notification, but still didn't get you, right? Man, all right, I really got to figure that out. Well, thanks for being here, though. Appreciate you. Even if TikTok didn't send you a notification that we were back in action. How you doing today? Did you miss me over the weekend? Rafi, it was a great weekend. Super lazy. I really needed it. We hung around and I played classic Pokemon games on my phone all weekend. It was lovely. How about you, man? How was it? Yeah, you're tired as always. I know. That's all right. We'll get you through it as always. Good to see you though. Good to have you in. Yeah, it was a great weekend, man. I was very happy about it. Hey, Woogie, welcome in. How you doing, man? Happy Monday. Good to see you. I was just talking about our weekends real quick. Do you have a good one? Hope so. But happy Monday, folks. We're back at it. We had a great map stream. Hey, YouTube, Renegade, welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in, folks. Whew, new week, new me, right? Something like that. Oh, Raffy, that's sick. You get to stay at a new water park as a tester. I dig it. That's super cool, man. TikTok, can you send one more chat message for me? I saw your chat's not coming through to combine chat, but I think there it is. Now we're good. It's catching up. Awesome. Hey, welcome in, guys. Rafi, you said you got to stay at a new water park as a tester. That's sick, dude. How's that work out? That's awesome. What water park can you say? Are you allowed to say? That's super cool, man. Ayo, you said you read a lot of Wriggly Little Hands. Hey, thank you. I'm glad you're, thanks for giving it a try, man. How was it? How do you like it? You having a good time with it? A.R. Rosalind, fantasy author, welcome in. Good to see you, A.R. How was your weekend? Hopefully it was a good one. Renegade over on YouTube. Hopefully you didn't work too hard this weekend. I know you got a deadline crunch going on. Ooh, welcome in, folks. Good to have you. We're just kicking things off here. Got the crowd trickling in. Always good to see. Well, it's a great wolf lodge, says Rafi. I live on the res land they're building on, so we get to be testers as a perk. Well, that's super cool, Rafi. Rock on, man. That sounds very fun. I'm glad you get to be a tester for that. Very good. All right, y'all. Well, this is a writing stream, ain't it? How about we start doing a little bit of writing? Get an early start on it today. That sound good? I don't know if anybody's ready to sprint along with me, but give you a few seconds here. But we got 5 minutes on the clock. We can go ahead and kick it off with an early sprint today. Ian, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Hope you're going well. Um, hope you're going well. Hope you're doing well. Happy Monday to you. AR, you said very relaxing. You played video games with your family and worked on your map. Rock on. That sounds incredible. I pretty much did the same thing, and I am exceptionally happy about it. Very restful, right? Kind of get you recharged. I needed that. I was so burned out this weekend. I had nothing left in the tank. Um, Good. That sounds lovely, though. That's a good way to spend a weekend. Ian, I hope you had a good weekend, my friend. Happy Monday. We're back at it. Another Monday. Here we are. Another stream. Rafi, you said the water park is not close to ready, but you'll catch the second. Oh, sorry, you're not close to ready. You mean you're not close to ready for the sprint. Gotcha. You can go ahead and ask your question real quick, Rafi. We can get to it real quick before our first sprint. And Renegade over on YouTube said I spent plenty of my weekend working, and I'm right back at it now. All good though. I'm not working alone now. I appreciate that, dude. That's super cool. I'm sad that you had to work so much this weekend, but hopefully that deadline's coming to a close. You're almost done with it, so we're pulling for you. Slendy, good morning. Good to see you. Welcome in, man. Happy Monday. Back at it, dark and early. Although, getting into summer, so it's not so dark out there anymore. Hope you had a good weekend, Slendy. Ian, you said you did have a good weekend, but you barely had time to write. Oh, that's a shame, Ian. Hate to hear it. Family stuff keeping you busy, I bet. Sorry about that, dude. Hopefully you can get a little bit in on stream today. I'll have my fingers crossed for you. And folks, hey, if you're new around here, welcome in. Good morning. I'm author Alex Knight. I've been doing this job full time since 2018, and now we stream it. So Monday to Friday, I'll be here with you 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time on TikTok Live and YouTube Live, writing my next book on stream. I invite you to join me. You can come work with me. We do 5-minute writing sprints. You can write along with me or just hang out during your workday, whatever it is. Let's get you a good start to the day. Put some good vibes out in the world before we tackle this week. What do you say? That sound like fun? Rafi, you said, you always say write the story you want to write. I'm worried about my dreams being too... Waiting for part 2 of that question. Hey, welcome in, folks. Happy Monday. Slendy, you said you got a tablet case with a keyboard so you can actually write in the living room. Oh, dude, that's super cool. Congrats, Slendy. I have something like that for my iPad, and it's pretty nifty. It's like a little cover that doubles as a keyboard. I think that's kind of what you got. It's super cool, man. How do you like it? Did you try it out? You taking it on a test spin yet? Rafi, I don't know if you didn't post part 2 of your question or if it didn't come through. Okay, you got to DM the second part. Cool. Go ahead and do that real quick. Other Name says, good morning. How was your weekend? Other, thank you for asking. It's kind of you, buddy. It was a great weekend. I was pretty crashed out after last week, so I spent most of it sleeping and resting, and greatly needed it. Missed a couple obligations, got a bit less done than I wanted to, but we needed that recuperation, and because of it, here we are, awake, alert, ready to do some writing on stream. So a restful weekend, very much needed. What about you, Other Name? How was it? I hope it was good. Rafi, you said you DM'd it to me. All right, cool. Let me grab that real quick. I'm going to answer Rafi's question, y'all, and then we're going to do a writing sprint. So if you want to write along with me, go ahead and grab your pen and turn to a blank page or open up that Word document, however it is you want to work. Go ahead and get ready because we're going to do it here in just a minute. Rafi, is it on Discord that you DM'd me? Or TikTok? Oh, I got it, Rafi. I see it here. Gotcha. Okay, so Rafi, you're having concerns of that your story that you've been working on isn't the right like content level, right? Like it's a little bit too graphic or what have you. Um, you do have to consider the audience when you're writing, and I always say, write the book that you want to write. You do have to consider the audience and ensure that the content isn't going to chase them away. Essentially, you need to be on brand for whatever genre you're writing in. If it's a deeply personal book like what you're working on, then I mean, there's nothing wrong with it being what it needs to be. Um, but yeah, it is unfortunately, I have to say, worth considering things that would chase the audience away. Um, you do want them to have a good reading experience on the story. So um, you could either edit the content to be a bit more in line with that, or you can go ahead and, this is probably what I would advise, write it as it is. Just go and get that whole first draft done, and then come back and look at it and decide if you want to get the content cleaned up a little bit, or if it's fine as it is. You could even get an editor or a trusted friend to take a look at it. Though I found, as much as I like my friends, they might not be the most objective when it comes to feedback for the story. So maybe someone a bit closer to an editor would be better for that. Yeah, Rafa, you're good. TikTok or DM work or Discord works. Totally good. Geo, good morning, my friend. Welcome in. Um, Happy Monday. Did you have a good weekend, dude? Good to see you again. Other name, you said I had an awesome weekend spending time with my family. Took the kids to my in-laws for Easter. Hey, it was Easter, wasn't it? Sick. Have a nice little Easter egg hunt there. They got all hopped up on sugar and then crashed hopefully later. That sounds like a nice weekend, Other. Rock on. Hey, F. Sloan, author, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Monday to you. How you doing this wonderful morning? Poker Trainer Marvel, welcome in. I see you joining in chat there. You'll be happy to know that I did nothing but sleep, recover, and play a ton of Pokemon Yellow this weekend. So I was thinking of you as I was doing it. That one's for you. All right, y'all. Well, I said after we answered Rafi's question, we'd get to the writing sprint. So first of all, welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing fantasy books since 2018, and this is our writing stream. We do it Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. And what I'm going to do here is I got 5 minutes on the clock. I'm going to do 5 minutes of writing. I encourage you to join along with me. You could be writing, you could be doing work, maybe you're cleaning house, whatever it is. For the next 5 minutes, y'all, let's get some stuff done. Then at the end, we circle back. We'll talk about the progress we made, and I'll take all your questions on books, publishing, writing, anything like that. So yeah, that's kind of the stream. Other, you said my oldest ate so much candy he unlocked the stomach ache skill. Sloids asked how many badges do I have so far. Sloids, I only have 3 at the moment. I think I just started playing it like last Thursday. I'm primed to knock out 4 and 5. Over leveled for that, so we'll pop in and take care of that maybe later tonight. But for now, y'all, first writing sprint. Let's go. Good luck to everybody. Whew, hope it goes well. But y'all, the clock is ticking, so let's put some words on page. If you're writing along with me, I wish you good luck. Let's get it. Hey, welcome in, folks. Glad to have you here. How's your Monday going? Talon, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Howdy, howdy. My friend, the coffee is hot. The words are flowing already. It is a beautiful morning. How about you? Poker Trainer Marvel, I gotta ask you, what's your favorite Pokemon game? Let me know so I can play it after this one. Taylin, you're still laying in bed with your wife. Hey, that's all. It's all good. Still getting that day started. Nothing wrong with that. I tell you, those first 10 minutes when I'm waking up in the morning and I'm supposed to roll out of here and start getting ready for stream, man. Those are tough. Hopefully, I can make your first 10 a bit easier. Rich, welcome in, my friend. Welcome in. Good to see you. Y'all, I'm going to be on Rich's podcast tonight. Chat and Stats podcast on YouTube. Rich is kind enough to have me on to talk about Servant of Rage and Wriggly Little Hands, my book that just launched and my book that's coming up. So, Rich, good to see you, man. Good to see you, and thanks for being here. How's your Monday? How was your weekend? Oh, Harpy, thank you for the gift. Incredible. 12 lightning bolts. That's very generous. Thank you, Harpy. And I'll also say my hockey team's got their first playoff game tomorrow, and they are the Lightning. So we're going to take that as a good omen. All the lightning bolts you got, we're going to need them. All right, 114 left. Let's finish out this sprint strong. Got to get a few more words here. Rich, I see your comment, my friend. I'll get to that here in 60 seconds, but I'm happy about it. I think that's probably time. Let me check. Yep. All right, let me finish this sentence. All right, there it is. Where are we at? 188 words on that sprint. That's pretty good. It's a good warm-up. We call that a warm-up. We're shaking the hands out. Not so bad. If you were sprinting along with me, hey, let me know how it went. I see Slendy, 134. Very good. Very good, my friend. Y'all, I don't like to call out chat names as they join in, but you're going to jump in with a name like Dang Old Deviled Eggs. That's a wonderful name. I love that. I got to call that one out. Kudos to you, my friend. That's a great name. Slendy, no, well done. 134 words. Slendy, remind me what you're writing. My brain's not working yet. Woogie only got 76 words. Hey, that's all right, man. I would challenge you to reframe that as I got 76 words. That's 76 more words than you had before. Raffy, a clean and crisp 70. Yeah, see, Raffy, you got it, buddy. You got it. A clean and crisp 70 words. I like the energy. 46, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How you doing today? I hope the coffee is hot and the words are flowing. Rich, you said I just got up and headed to work, so I'm breathing. Your weekend wasn't too bad, but you did read some Wriggly Little Hands, and you're loving it. Hey, thank you, Rich. I appreciate that. Y'all, we've mentioned it a couple times, so I should at least pull it up real quick. The book everybody's talking about is Wriggly Little Hands. It's my fantasy comedy coming out here on May 27th. Just about a month away, y'all. We're closing in on it. Um, it's a fantasy comedy about a bumbling family of goblins who go on a quest to save the Dark Lord and accidentally do good at every turn. Maybe they're not as evil as they thought they were, but they try their best. It's a pretty fun one. So a couple folks in chat have an advanced review copy they've been reading through. So if you're wondering what we're talking about, that's what it is. And yeah, y'all, if you don't know, I'm author Alex Knight. These are my book ones. You can check them out on Amazon or at authoralexknight.com. They're available in ebook, paperback, audiobook, pretty much any format you want. And if any of them catch your attention, please do let me know and I'll talk about them. Always happy to do that. But for now, folks, this is a writing stream. We just did our first sprint, 188 words for me. Got a couple folks in chat sprinting along with me, so hey, pleasure to have y'all. Slendy, you said I decided to work a bit on the Star Wars fanfic I posted in Discord. Oh, rock on, dude. I liked that one a lot, actually, Slendy. It was a totally original angle, dude. I did not expect that. It was really cool. Y'all, I would say if you haven't read it, which, I mean, most of you haven't because it's just in the Discord, but Slendy's working on like a Star Wars fanfic that is almost through the eyes of like a, Slendy, you would be able to say it better than I, but like a trauma counselor almost for like Jedis that have been in the Clone Wars. It was a super interesting approach. I really like it, Slendy. I think you're onto something there. It kind of reminds me, I got my start with fan fiction back in the day, reading some Star Wars comedy fanfic, and Slendy, you sent me right back to it. Sans the comedy part, but I felt like it was like 2014 again, and I was just reading one of those incredible stories that started me out in that genre. It was a good feeling. So rock on, Slendy. Keep it going, dude. Slendy, you wanted an outsider perspective on the Jedi and how messed up they are. You've achieved it. I really dig it. It was a lot of fun. Oh boy. Well, folks, happy Monday to you. Paul, welcome in, dude. Good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Let me know how it went. But folks, we got a new week here. We got some new exciting stuff ahead of us. Paul, Ian, thank you for the lightning bolt. I missed that earlier. 8 times lightning bolt. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate that. I'm just gonna choose to believe that every lightning bolt that gets gifted this week is a half of a goal for my team in the playoffs. That would we'll go with that. So currently they're looking at scoring 10 goals in their first game. So that sounds good to me. We can rock with that. But no, y'all, I'm trying to do some fun new stuff this week. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, on Friday, we'll have a map stream. And folks, if you missed it on Friday, let me give you a quick update on our fantasy map we're making together. As soon as I get my input sources figured out here. Nope, that's the graphic. There it is. Of course, that's not showing you much. We'll fix that. There it is. And we'll click on in. Y'all, we made some real good progress on Friday. Paul, you said your weekend went well. You got through a decent chunk of Servant of Rage. I even got a buddy to pick it up on Audible. Man, Paul, thank you, dude. That's super cool of you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying it, but thank you for getting a friend to pick it up too, man. That's way kind of you. Also, my map graphics all messed up, so hold, please. We will fix. There we go. Look at that. There is a map in there somewhere. I mean, I just moved it again, so don't look too close, but it's there, I promise. Like this, like this. I don't know why it got messed up. It's been acting up on me lately, but anyway, there it is. Yo, this was the map we worked on Friday. We made some good progress, I think. It's starting to come together, right? Thanks for everyone for being here and working on it with me. We really focused in down south and just turned all this into like nice stuff. It was completely blank before the stream, so thanks for everybody who joined in, gave some good suggestions on how to make this creepy old ghost town that we made down here. Looking at it now, I kind of want to turn the opacity down on the fog, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I can't mess with it now because it's not Friday. Raffy said the seahorse has got a full head of hair. Yeah, seahorse got more hair than I do. But that's for Friday, y'all. It is Monday. So Paul, you like the fog blocking the view? Yeah, I do like it. I just need to. I want to turn the opacity down just a little bit, a little more hint of the ruins of that dead city going on in there. But no, thank you, Paul, for real. I appreciate you selling a book via word of mouth to a friend, man. That's literally the greatest thing that an author can ask for, is just readers that enjoy their books and then tell their friends. It's the ultimate force when it comes to book selling, and there's really no way to make it happen other than just having an awesome audience. So it might be small, but y'all, I got a pretty awesome audience, and I appreciate y'all a lot. Thank you very much for that, for real. Raffy said, can't wait for Friday. Maybe we'll decide what's happening with the whole beach. Yeah, we're going to need to figure that out. We kind of we pushed off the issue a little bit on Friday, but we'll properly resolve it this coming Friday. Phoenix Fred, hey, welcome in. Happy Monday, my friend. How are you doing? How is your week kicking off? Hopefully it's a good one. All I can say is, look, coffee's hot. Chat's here. We got a good stream going. Man, I can't complain. And you know what? Let's go ahead and queue up another 5-minute timer. Get another writing sprint going here in a minute. Y'all call this the 60-second countdown. I'm going to be working on my next book here on stream in about a minute. If you want to write along with me, you want to create along with me, whatever it is, please, by all means, would love to have you. Rich, you said I need more Rise to Glory. Oh, well, thank you, Rich. I know you like that one, dude. I really would love to write a sequel. I love those characters. Guess we'll pop over there real quick, y'all. We'll do the big one. Y'all can get the big image. Y'all, Rich is talking about Rise to Glory right here. It is a fantasy lit RPG I wrote a couple years back. I'm a huge fan of it. Unfortunately, though, it just, it did well. It's got good reviews. It just didn't sell enough copies to make it financially viable to write a sequel. I would love to write a sequel. We're just not there copy-wise. So, hey, if you know about 1,000 friends who want to pick up a copy, that'd be great. See those sales spike, then I can actually sit down and write a sequel because I'm dying to, y'all. Paul, you said there's a joke in there about size not mattering, but it's too early to come up with one. Yeah, I feel you, Paul. I need a little bit more coffee before my brain works on that level. Phoenix, I absolutely can explain what Lit RPG is. Lit RPG is basically, real quick summary, it is books where people go into video games. Think about like Ready Player One. Most of the story takes place in a virtual reality video game. That's kind of what Lit RPG is. It's expanded beyond that definition, but that's a good starting point. And in Rise to Glory in particular, which is down here, bottom middle. In Rise to Glory in particular, it's set in the near future. And it is 2030s, and basically the pitch is that esports, virtual reality esports, have become as popular as the big sports leagues in America, and it follows a ragtag team of players who are semi-pro, and if they win this big tournament, they get to go full-time, and maybe land that iced coffee sponsorship our main character wants so bad. It's pretty fun. It's basically it's like an MMO adventure, like you're playing World of Warcraft or something like that, with some big personalities, kind of a found family dynamic. I like to call it Mighty Ducks if it happened in a competitive video game. It's a pretty good one in my opinion. Slindy, you said you'll order a copy the first of the month. Hey, Slindy, I think you'll like it. If you've jived with my other stuff, it's got the same ridiculous personalities. Kind of got some wild characters in there. Inspired a little bit by streamer culture as well. There's a couple references to real world streamers. So if you like video game streamers and whatnot, you might notice a few references in there. Phoenix, you say that sounds awesome. Well, thank you. That's kind of you to say, Phoenix. Raffy, sorry, 1 second. TikTok's giving me an issue. Please use a keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. I don't know what that means. If you're on YouTube, y'all, is the stream coming through okay? It's telling me here that we're having issues with it. Um, well, most everybody's on TikTok, so YouTube, I hope it's not too bad for you. It's giving me some warnings, not sure why. Um, but Raffi, you said, where was it? I found a TikTok book club yesterday. The amount I wanted to tell them to read Wriggly Little Hands. Oh, I appreciate that, Raffi. Um, yeah, look, it's coming out soon, y'all. I can't wait. May 27th will be the official launch, but we're gonna do a soft launch. I'm waiting for a couple more OKs from some people involved in the process, but I think we're gonna soft launch it on May 9th. So that's pretty soon. What we're gonna do is the plan is I got like one more box I gotta check, but okay, it's working fine for you on YouTube. Very good. Thank you, Renegade. I appreciate that. It's throwing up errors on my console here, but hey, if it's working good for you, then I ain't worried about it. I think we're gonna soft launch the book. Basically, just the paperback on May 9th on Amazon. So early reviewers will have a place that they can post their reviews and whatnot, and then we'll do a full promoted pushed launch on May 27th. That's when the ad's going out. We're doing promo. We're working with a couple TikTok creators to do some promo. Sponsored some ad slots on a couple D&D podcasts. Should be a good time. So yeah, should be fun. Paul, you asked, you determine the viability of a sequel based on the amount of sales or how quickly it sells. Also, what is the benchmark you look for? Is that up to the publisher? Paul, Rise to Glory is actually no, that one is with Portal Books, so the publisher has a say in it. It really comes down to me though. It's just a matter of like, did the book sell widely enough? And the logic there is your book 2 is virtually never going to sell better than your book 1 unless the series explodes. But the series isn't going to explode unless book 1 takes off. So Rise to Glory, I know we got to get a writing sprint going here, but we do a little bit of author talk, so hold on one moment, please, and I'll pull it up here. Let's get into the nitty gritty. If we pull up Rise to Glory on Amazon, we look at it here. We're looking at 84 ratings, 4.4 average, and 59 ratings on Goodreads with a 4.6 average. That's pretty good. You know, that's all right. That's a good number of reviews, but basically there's about a 10-to-1 ratio of reviews to sales. So if you multiply out, you can kind of figure out how many sales the book had. It's rough, but you know, it's decently accurate. It just needs to be more sales than that to make it viable to write a sequel, because you know, it's going to take me about 3 to 4 months to write it, plus time for an audio company to produce it, and etc. So if we didn't sell to a big enough audience with book 1, basically our audience for book 2 is not really ever going to be bigger than the folks who picked up book 1, like I said, unless book 1 blows up. But book 1 has not blown up, so it's really not worth it to write a sequel. I would love to, y'all. It's kind of the same for The Far Wild right now. Both books that I would love to write a sequel for. It's just, unfortunately, the sales weren't there. Sad reality of being an author, but it doesn't mean that I won't ever. If you know, the stream is picking up sales and helping me a lot with moving copies. So if y'all can help me revitalize those books, then boy, I would love to do a sequel. Great question though, Paul. Bert, good morning, my friend. Good to see you. Good to have you in. I'm excited to see what you've been working on for your short stories. Rich, you said you got a dip and open the store. Going to continue my reread of Servant of Rage to get ready for 7 or 8 EST tonight. Yeah, 8 EST I believe we're on for, Rich. 7 p.m. CT for me. Raffi said, oh, my girlfriend's dad. Oh, and Rich, have a good day at work, my dude. I'm excited to see you tonight. Be fun to be on the show again. Raffi, you said my girlfriend's dad finished Wriggly Little Hands. Said it was the most fun he's had in a long time, and he loves Ollie. Oh, I appreciate that, Raffi. That's super cool, man. That's the book that I really need to do the best most of all, because that book has just got its Wriggly Little Hands around my heart right now. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much, Raffi. And please thank your girlfriend's dad for me for being such a dedicated reader. I love it. Paul, you said, do you think Servant of Rage will get a sequel? I know you have the prequel novella. I saw it listed as a trilogy somewhere. Yes, okay, so Paul, Servant of Rage is a little bit an exception to the rule I just mentioned, simply because when I sold the audio rights to it, the publisher, Podium Publishing, they picked up the audio rights to all 3 books, and they paid me in advance for all 3 books. So we've signed for the full trilogy. So Servant of Rage is in no danger of not having its sequels done. In fact, they're already in my writing calendar, and we'll be doing that coming up this year. I'll be doing book 2. I think early next year we have book 2 out, sometime around then. Can't say for certain, but it'll be pretty soon. Book 2's plotted, and I just got to get on to writing it. Oh, check this out, y'all. It looks like TikTok allows me to create a poll in chat now. That's kind of new. How does this work? I just did it. Interesting. I can make polls in chat. That's kind of useful. I dig it. Rafi, you said your girlfriend's dad was mad he couldn't leave a review yet. Yeah, that's the nature of advanced review copies. But like I said, I will probably be doing that soft launch on May 9th. So about 2 weeks here, he'll be able to leave a review. But I'll shout it out when it's ready. We'll let you know. I like the 100% yes vote on the poll. I did in chat. But speaking of, guys, we were supposed to do a word sprint, so let's go ahead and get on to that. One more sip of coffee there. Folks, welcome in. Got some new folks here hanging out. So the way this works is I'm going to be doing, for 5 minutes, I'll be writing my next book live on stream. I invite y'all to join in with me. If you're going to be working, if you're going to be writing, you're going to be doing art, whatever it is, please feel free for these next 5 minutes. Let's get after it. At the end of it, we'll circle back and I'll take questions about publishing, writing, books, anything y'all want to talk about. So if you got a topic you want to talk about, you can think about it during this time. You got a question you want to ask me, drop it in chat, and I'll get to it right after this sprint. Paul says the poll will be great for map streams. Absolutely. It's going to be sick. I'm excited for it. I really like that feature. YouTube says the poll feature came in delayed. I'll have to make sure I leave them up with enough time for y'all to be able to vote. But you'll always get a yes from me anyway. Appreciate that. Ao, you said I should be finished with Wriggly Little Hands real soon, maybe tonight. Hey, rock on, Ao. Thank you. I hope you're digging it, my friend. I hope you're having a good time with it. As always, let me know. I want to know how y'all doing. And y'all, the timer is a ticking, so let's do some words. Do a little bit of that writing. If you're writing along with me, I wish you good luck. Otherwise, please, like I said, drop your questions, drop your chat topics in chat, and we'll talk about them as soon as we get back from this sprint. Snow, good morning, my friend. Happy Monday. How you doing? How you doing on this fine Monday? Glad to have you in. Hope you had a good weekend. Let me know. Snow, you said you're doing great. How was my Easter weekend? Man, my Easter weekend was great. I slept a lot, rested a lot. I needed it. I really needed it. Basically slept, ate, slept some more, and then played a lot of Pokemon Yellow on my phone. It was a good weekend. Pretty stoked about it. How about you? What'd you do, man? Anything fun? Any Easter egg hunting, anything like that? Or just, an excuse to eat a ton of candy? Also fair. All right, 3 minutes on the clock. Let's get some more words here. Snow, you said same, to be honest. It was a good resting weekend. Man, those resting weekends are essential. I need more of those. I need a lot more of those. Aaron, thank you for the heart me. Appreciate you re-upping that stream team. Good to have you. Y'all, funny moment I want to share real quick from what I just wrote. Um, the main character, God, this is a lot to explain. But if you haven't read the series, basic information you need to know here is the main character has a companion that is basically a giant spider monster, and they are going through a dungeon with traps in it right now. And the main character stepped on a pressure plate, triggered a bunch of traps to activate, and the spider's like, "You only have 2 feet. Can you please watch where your only 2 feet go? I have 8, and I didn't hit the pressure plate." And I think that's a fun moment. It has been a constant source of amusement in this series to have the spider compare herself to him, especially when she learned that his hairs throughout his body don't sense things. She's like a spider, right? Her little hairs all over her body sense things, and she's like, "Yours don't? Why do you have so many if they do nothing?" Hey, Dilroy on YouTube, my friend. Welcome in. You said I had a great weekend. Was off last week for my birthday. Much needed break. Dude, let's go. Off for your birthday and you had the weekend? Let's go. I love to hear it. Hey, thanks for tuning in on YouTube, my dude. We got a big old crowd of 2 on YouTube there, but I appreciate y'all. All right. I'm chatting too much. Minute 45 in this writing sprint. Let's get some words in. And like I said, y'all, if you got questions or anything like that, drop them in chat. We'll talk about it as soon as this sprint's over. Okay, 6 seconds. We'll pause it there. Then let me just get my last. I'm gonna get one sentence. It's like a start, so I know where to start on the next sprint. Boom. There's the idea down. All right, so 364 words total after 2 sprints. Not so bad, not so bad. Folks, if you were sprinting along with me, how'd it go? Let me know. Drop that word count. Rafi said, I don't know, that spider making a lot of sense. Yeah, big creepy spider companion is actually perhaps the most sensible character in this entire story. But if y'all have read Wriggly Little Hands, then you know that I'm addicted to writing beautiful idiots as my characters. I think there was a comment about that. Yeah, Ao, there it is. Ao, you said Wriggly Little Hands has been fantastic. It's a huge change of pace compared to the previous novels, but a great change. Well, thank you, Ao. That's nice of you to say. It is a big change of pace, isn't it? You know, y'all, I wrote and published 9 or 10 books before writing Wriggly Little Hands, and I had played many times with writing fantasy or comedy fantasy ahead of that, and just kept being told by publishers and stuff like, you know, comedy doesn't sell very well. It's not a good use of your time to write a full fantasy or full comedy fantasy. So I never did it. And then Wriggly Little Hands was finally, I just got to a point I was like, nah, man, we're just gonna do it. I don't even care if it's not gonna sell. I'm just gonna write it, and yeah, kind of fell in love with it. I think that's gonna be my stuff going forward. And y'all, if you're unaware what we're talking about, it's this goofy little book right here, Wriggly Little Hands, launching May 27th. It's a fantasy comedy about a bumbling family of goblins on a road trip to save their Dark Lord, who accidentally do good at every turn. They're not as evil as they think they are. Every bit as chaotic as you think they are, though. Alright, let's see. How did that sprint go for everybody? Slendy, you said I have to make some phone calls and I don't want to. I hate making phone calls, but I'm an adult and I have to do it. Oh, Slendy, we got you. We're supporting you here. You can do it, my friend. You can do it. Sorry you don't want to do it. Never fun, but what's the Joe Abercrombie quote? I can't say that. Joe Abercrombie quote. Better to do a thing than live with the fear of it. Something like that. I need to reread all of his books because I messed the quote up, so I'm a bad fan. We'll go reread all 9 now. Jacob, my friend, good morning. Glad to have you. Welcome in. How was your weekend? How's your Monday going? Hopefully a bit better now that you're here. Mine's certainly a bit better having you with us. Bert, you said you finished the rough draft of today's story, I think, on that sprint. Yo, well done, Bert. Rock on, man. I know that you're always working on them in the background, but it always feels a little extra special if you finished them on a writing sprint on stream here. I get to be like, I helped with that one. We did that one together. Just a little bit. Slendy, we got you. We are with you in spirit, my friend. Woogie said they remind me of Vigar from League of Legends. Let me look up this character. Vagar? I like the character design. That's pretty fun. Interesting looking character. Is this, you said the spider character we were talking about reminds you of them? Or who? Maybe someone from Wriggly Little Hands? It's got to be the goblins, right? Are they curling here? They're curling. That's hilarious. What is that from? That's pretty fun. Oh, I got you, Woogie. Okay, so this character likes to do evil but isn't really evil. Yeah. Okay, I see the resemblance. Very much the goblins in Wriggly Little Hands. They're just like, they assume by default they're evil, but they're actually like very, very wholesome and just insanely chaotic. With a penchant for arson. Boy, do they love starting fires. All right, folks. Hey, happy Monday. Welcome in. Glad to have you. If you're hanging out and you're new around here, I'm author Alex Knight. This is my writing stream. Glad to have you with me on this wonderful Monday morning. We're working on my next book live on stream, and whatever it else is you're working on with me, we're doing it together. It's a good time, y'all. Good time. Start the day off right. We are a little bit behind pace on the word count today. Only 364 words after 2 sprints. I guess that's actually on pace. Now that I think about it, because I aim to have about 500 every hour. So one more sprint here, we'll probably be at that. So we'll cue that up here in about 3-ish minutes, I think, another sprint. Appreciate the likes. See, we got a good number of likes coming in today, so thank you, folks. Also, I now realize, in hindsight, hey, find your smile. Welcome in, my friend. Dude, your art is sick. Y'all, if you haven't, go to Find Your Smiles TikTok profile. They just joined in chat. Go to their profile and look at their tattoo art. I've never seen anything like I've seen a lot of tattoos. I think you called it like watercolor tattoo. It is absolutely epic. Like, I don't even want a tattoo. I've never wanted a tattoo, and I was looking at your stuff and I was like, do I want a tattoo? I would do that. I would do that from your stuff. That was sick. I've never seen art like that for tattoos. Oh, okay, so you do watercolor and then the anime stuff. So is that a separate process? Like you know, watercolor painting and then also the anime themed tattoos? That would make sense. It's just they're so vibrant though. Like, I've never seen Yeah, it's very different in its coloring style, but it's super cool. I am a big fan. That Ghastly in your profile picture is sick. I don't even know what was I saying before that. I got distracted because I had bookmarked in my head that I needed to go off on Find Your Smiles art because it's pretty sick. Uh, I was a big fan. Oh, I know what I was thinking. I realized, y'all. I said that I could do polls in chat, but I now realize that that was my YouTube plugin. So that was just a YouTube poll in chat. It didn't go to the TikTok folks. So maybe I can't do. I can only do polls for YouTube. Um, we'll figure it out. All good. Um, Jacob said Alex Knight is a Pokemon fan. I am. I am indeed. Y'all, I've been playing. I just got Pokemon Yellow on my phone, and I have been reliving the early, well, I guess mid to late 90s for me because I played a bit later. In beautiful 8-bit glory. It's been incredible. I think I played it so much. I played it so much that I got a little bit of screen burn in on my phone, which luckily I was looking into it. It looks like it's just screen retention. It reset itself overnight, but I was going to bed last night, and I was like, oh no, y'all, Pokemon Yellow's burned into my phone screen. I might have gone a bit too hard on it on Sunday. I think it's just retention though, so we'll figure it out. Find Your Smile, you said I do more Pokemon tattoos than anything else, so I got you. Where are you at, Find Your Smile? What city are you in? Just so I can bookmark that away one day. New York City? Okay, sick. Hey, my wife and I, we pop up there about every 2 years for a trip to see some musicals and eat some good food, hang out in the city. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe next time I'm there, we see what's going on. Renegade on YouTube said, "Don't worry, Dilroy and I will speak for the whole community whenever you want to do a poll." Jacob, you said Pokemon Yellow is amazing. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Y'all don't hate me, but I don't really like playing with Pikachu. And I know most of the gimmick of Pokemon Yellow is like Pikachu follows you around, but like I'm sorry, he hasn't earned a spot on my team, so he's in the computer. So I kind of feel like it's sacrilege. I'm playing Pokemon Yellow without the main feature there. But I'm a rabid minimalist, so I apologize for that. But I can't help myself. All right, so I said I was going to do another writing sprint here, folks. Let's get to it. We'll do another 5-minute sprint here in just a moment, and see if we can't hit that 500 word count. Be halfway through the words as I'm halfway through the stream. Nice little benchmark to hit. Always shoot for. So if you're going to be writing with me, hey, turn to a blank page, grab that pen. If you are writing on a word processor, open it on up. Get those fingers ready. Shake them out, folks. Sloyd says you got to at least keep Pikachu around till you get Jolteon. Yeah, Sloyd, I'm kind of doing a themed playthrough. I went for like tanky characters, tanky Pokemon. So I'm rocking like the Snorlax. I got a Graveler, a Primeape. I'm doing like the really honest tanky type Pokemon that like no psychic attacks, no electricity stuff. We're just like, I'm calling it Team Beef. Just the beefy boys. No Nidoking slides. I don't know. I don't really care for him. Cool Pokemon, just doesn't fit my vibe. Woogie says you weren't supposed to tell anyone you put him in the PC. Shh. We didn't hear anything. No one clipped that. Oh wait, I'm not on Twitch. You can't clip it. Ha. Hey, Rinarant, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a good weekend. And hey, let's brute force a good week here. Start it off right. All right, y'all. Well, look, we got 5 minutes till we're at a halfway mark of the stream. So let's go ahead and kick this writing sprint off, and see if we can't hit the halfway count on our word goal. Y'all, if you're writing along with me, I wish you good luck. If you're making breakfast or folding laundry, whatever it is, good luck. The timer is ticking. Let's put some words on page. let's get a starting word count here too. 364. I got to put it in chat so I remember it. Hey, welcome in, folks. Good to see you. Happy Monday to you. How you doing? How you doing on this fine new week? Kicking off the day right, I hope. We got 2 minutes left in this writing sprint, and we've got 100 words in it so far, 120. So not mad about that. AJ, thank you for the tiny diny, my friend. Appreciate that. Always good to have. I can't really do my tiny diny arms now that I got the new camera set up. I got to think of something else to do for it. Well, if you don't know, I mounted my second camera to the bottom of my monitor. It's nice and smooth and clean on this end, but I can't do my funny thing with arms anymore. So obviously a net loss. I really messed up on that account. But nah, good to see you, AJ. Thanks for being here, man. Happy Monday to you. We got 1:46 left in this word sprint, so let's finish that out. And then y'all, if you got any topics you want to talk about, books you read recently, questions about publishing or writing, please drop it in chat. Let's talk about it. Y'all want another cowboy poem? We can read out of the cowboy poetry book. Whatever it is, let me know. Throw it in chat, and we'll get to it here in about 60 seconds. right, how's that timer? There we go. Time's up. Okay. All right. Where did we get to? 586 words, y'all. We take that. We take that. Let me just do one sentence to remind myself where the story's going next. Oh, never mind. I already did that. I already know where it's going. Hey, Jordan. Good morning, my friend. Welcome in. How you doing today? How you doing on this lovely Monday? Hopefully it's starting off good for you. Got those good vibes flowing. Did you have a good weekend, Jordan? Let me know, my friend. Folks, how did that sprint go for you? If you were sprinting along with me, drop it. Slendy, you made the phone calls. My dude, I'm proud of you, Slendy. Knew you could do it. I hope they weren't too bad. Hope they went good. Well done, dude. Look at that. Look at that. It is first thing Monday morning. You already got that done. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see, 586 words, and I started at 364, right? Ooh, that was a good sprint. 222. Hey, that is my lucky number, y'all. It's a weird lucky number to have, I know. But it was my Boy Scout troop number growing up, 222. And I've been keeping it ever since. It shows up more than you'd think, honestly. It's kind of weird to have a triple-digit lucky number, but I don't know. See it all the time. Slendy, you made your phone calls. Now you can go back to cuddling your dog. That's awesome, dude. That's a good way to see. That's a good way to start the day. Rock on, my dude. Jordan, you're ready to chase some money? All right, let's get after it. Let's get after it, dude. Jordan, you also were in the Boy Scouts. Cool, dude. Rock on. Do you have a good time? Did you enjoy it? Other name, you said, no way. 222 is my lucky number, too. I see what you did there. You were born at 222. AM or PM? AM or PM, other name. But hey, that's sick, dude. I've never met another person who's picked that very random 3-digit number as their lucky number. Renegade on YouTube, you said, sprint was successful for me. I fixed an important bug in my code, but also uncovered a bigger one in the process. So that's progress. Renegade, I can feel the pain in that statement. I'm glad you fixed a bug in the code. I am sorry that you found a much bigger one. But hey, you couldn't fix it till you found it, right? So rock on. That's progress, like you said, and now you're gonna squash it. You'll get it. I know you will. Sick though. We have another coder hangs out in here once in a while, so I'm glad to have 2 coders hanging out in chat. Appreciate y'all being here on YouTube and TikTok. Thank y'all. Megan, hey, welcome in and thank you for the heart me. Welcome. Thanks for re-upping that stream team. I appreciate that. Good to have you in. I hope your weekend went well, Megan. Let me know. Slendy said phone calls are usually never as bad as my brain makes me think it's gonna be. But then there are some phone calls that are awful. I feel that. Slendy, are you doing it? You doing it for your work? You got to make the calls for your job or something. Hopefully they're not too bad. Heather Daniel, narrator, thank you for the roses. That's very kind to you, and welcome in. Good to see you. I've been seeing a lot of your TikToks. I appreciate you grinding away at that job. It's good to see a working narrator, you know. It's a cool looking. Being on the author side of things, I don't get to really see what my narrators are doing too often, so it's always fun to kind of see what's going on in the studio. Ronnie, welcome in as well. Happy Monday to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Soap Pharaoh, welcome back, dude. Good to see you. How was your weekend? Megan, you said your weekend was busy, but not too bad. How was mine? Oh, well, I'm glad it was not too bad, Megan. Though busy weekend's not a term I'm very fond of these days. I'm trying to have lazy weekends around here. It was a very lazy weekend here this Sunday. I needed the recovery time to just absolutely crash out because I was burnt up and had a good restful weekend, so I'm feeling good. We're back and ready to go. Excited to be here with y'all. Thanks for being here, everyone. Folks, if you're unfamiliar, if it's your first time in, I'm author Alex Knight, and these are my books. You can find them on Amazon or authoralexknight.com. They're available as ebook, paperbacks, audiobooks, whatever format you want. They're probably in it. If any of them catch your eye, please let me know. I can tell you about them. I get a lot of questions about how can I support you? Do you have a Patreon? Do you take donations? I appreciate that. Super cool, y'all. But honestly, best thing you can do is if you're having a good time, check out one of the books. You might enjoy that too. So that's all I ask. But hey, thank you for being here. If you're unfamiliar with the stream, we do 5-minute creativity sprints, we can call it. I write my next book live on stream. I encourage y'all to write along with me. or code, as Renegade's doing over on YouTube. Make phone calls like Slendy was doing. Whatever it is, whatever you need to work on for those 5 minutes, it's a good time to work on it. Work on it together. And then at the end, we'll come back. We'll talk about books, talk about publishing, whatever y'all want to talk about. For instance, Heather Daniels said we had a big event on Thursday, hashtag human voices only. So I had a bunch of snippet posts. Ah, okay, Heather, so that sounds like it's like a push for human narrators only. I'm a fan of that. I've heard a couple AI narrations, and boy, it cannot hold. I wouldn't even say a candle. It can't even hold a matchstick to a human doing the narration. Audio narrators. I was just talking about this. I was on a podcast last night, In Other Worlds, new podcast firing up with Jessica Wergo. It's a pleasure to be on there on our podcast. That should be coming out here in about 2 weeks. But we were talking about how audiobooks, audio narrators these days are doing so much more than just reading the book. You know, they are performing it. It's almost more of a performance. It's really cool to see. So I really respect what y'all do. So Heather, thank you for being a narrator. Thank you for making our books sound good. We appreciate that. Jordan, you said this weekend we celebrated my son's 2nd birthday. His birthday is Wednesday. Oh, well, happy birthday to your son, Jordan. I hope it was a good birthday party, and I hope it's a good birthday coming up. That's awesome, man. 2. Oh, no, but you're getting into the terrible 2s, aren't you? That's supposed to be a rough time, I've heard. Soap, you got a lot of writing done this weekend. Dude, rock on. And you code as well. Dude, welcome in. The 3rd coder hanging out. We love and support our coder friends, especially because it is basically magic to me. So y'all just real life wizards up in here. Nah, good to have you, Soap. And what are you writing about? What were you working on this weekend? And I see you also said, what is Paragon about? Well, thank you for asking. I appreciate that, Soap. Paragon is down here on the bottom left, and Paragon is a progression fantasy that I'm co-writing with my good friend Luke Chimlenko. It's from the lit RPG genre, and it's basically a world. It's post-apocalyptic. 100 years ago, portals opened up all around the world, and monsters spewed out of them, basically destroying society. The story takes place 100 years after that event, where the scattered remnants of humanity try to survive, and follows the story of a group of heroes, adventurers, that go into these portals, fight back the monsters, and destroy the source of the portal, closing it and making the area around it safe. That's the starting point of Paragon. We are 4 books into it now, and I'm writing book 5 on stream today. So if that sounds interesting to you, please give it a look by all means. Thank you for asking. Slindy, you said, now I'm chillaxing since my body doesn't know the difference between making phone calls and being chased by a bear. That's a good description, Slindy. Hey, you made the phone calls. Now you get to chill, my dude. I hope the rest of the day is just as chill. Heather says, thank you. ACX and Spotify are pushing their AI programs really hard, so we have to push back. Absolutely. Absolutely, Heather. I support you in that push. We need the. I know that it might be easier to have an AI narrator, but y'all, it'll never be better. The human narration for audiobooks, off the charts. I just got the audio proof of Wriggly Little Hands, and y'all, I cannot tell you how amazing it is. I personally, I'm not an audiobook fan. They just never sound good to me. I also don't like reading my own writing, so hearing somebody read my own writing back to me is just like an absolute nightmare. I really don't enjoy it. I was nearly crying and laughing so hard about how good the audiobook for Wriggly Little Hands is. I can't believe how good a job Sound Booth Theater did with it. I think I might be able to play a clip for y'all on stream. I need to clear up some red tape on the back end, but I might be able to show off a little bit of that audiobook. So fingers crossed. I'd love to play a clip for you here in the coming days. And y'all, if you don't know, Wriggly Little Hands is this little book right here, coming out May 27th. Little fantasy comedy I got coming. I cannot wait to get it out to y'all. Hey, thank you for the follow there, Joel Turkurst. I'll call you Joel. Joel T. Thank you for that. Oh, audio narrator. Look at that. Hey, welcome in, Joel. We were just talking good about y'all. Thanks for being here, man. I hope your Monday's going good. Glad to have you. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, just trying to start folks off with some good vibes and doing a bit of writing on stream. So, yeah, Monday to Thursday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, we're here. I write my books on stream. I encourage y'all to create along with me as we do it. And then on Fridays, we do map making live streams, y'all. We had our second one last Friday. Huge success. Tons of fun. I take your input, your suggestions. We make maps together. It's a lot of fun. So, hey, tune back in Friday. We're going to have a good time again. But right now, we're doing our writing stream. So we're going to queue up. Let's go for the 1 minute warning. We're going to do another writing sprint here in a moment. So if you got something you're working on, by all means, get ready to do it. We'll do it together. And I'll talk to chat here for the next minute. And then we'll get back to writing. Leisha, good morning. Good to see you. How you doing? Hope you had a good weekend, Leisha. I think I saw you in Discord a little bit. Good to have you in. Ronnie says, if AI has no haters, I'm dead. Jordan says, everyone tells me to have patience in regards to their child entering the terrible twos. So that's what I'll have. That's a good policy, Jordan. I like it. Patience is always a good policy. Soap Pharaoh says, you're writing a spicy thriller. I worked on the MCs moving in together. Paragon sounds awesome. Well, thank you, I almost called you Soap Paragon. Soap Pharaoh. Thank you. And a spicy thriller. Very fun. That sounds like a high emotion read, right? It sounds like it's got some romance in there, but also some thriller elements. That's gonna keep your heart going there. Renegade on YouTube said, coding is a pathway to many abilities some would consider to be unnatural. Sorry, I'm laughing so hard at the Star Wars quote that I couldn't even get through it. Now my head's going off thinking about all the prequel memes I could work that quote into about coding. Heather said, Sound Booth Theater is amazing. Yeah, I love them. They're so great. It's my first time working with them. They've blown me away. Just the coolest people. So passionate about what they do. Huge shout out, y'all. If you see an audiobook done by Sound Booth Theater, it's a safe bet. That is an incredible audiobook. Big shout to them. Ao, you said you're working on Paragon Book 5. I seem to only find 3 books on Amazon. You're correct, Ao. Books 1 through 3 are out now. Book 4 is with the audiobook narrator, so they're doing finishing touches on that, and hopefully we'll have a launch date pretty soon. We'll have to see. It's really just in Audible's hands right now. And then I'm writing Book 5, so I'll be handing that one in here in about a month or two. And that series will be written, so then it'll just be up to getting the audiobooks out there, and then we'll have a completed 5-book series out in the world. So hold tight, Ao. We'll get them out there for you. Slendy said, I used to fall asleep to Harry Potter in the Triwizard Tournament, but once it got to the last chapters, it got too creepy and gave me nightmares, so I had to skip that. Hey, well, I'm glad that it worked up until the last bit. I can totally see why it would get creepy in the end there. It takes a pretty dark pivot, doesn't it? Find Your Smile said, I saw somewhere that parenting is only hard for good parents. Thought it was pretty impactful. Wow. Yeah, that's a good quote there. A little bit dark too, but I could feel like there's a lot of truth in that. Smile. Smile, well, you got any exciting tattoos you're working on right now? What's your next Pokemon tattoo or anime tattoo? Do you know ahead of time? I mean, obviously I'm a fan of more Ghastlies because that Ghastly looks sick. All right, y'all. Well, how about another writing sprint? How's that sound? Oh, dude, you're doing a Peter Pan Stitch mashup? What? Dude, that sounds so sick. Smile, please post a video of that one if you do it. I really want to see what you do with that. That is, I can't even comprehend what that looks like. Aside from the art styles for both sound awesome, so I want to see that. Y'all, I shouted him out earlier, but check out Find Your Smile. He's hanging out in chat with us. Check out his TikTok page. His art, his tattoo art is freaking nuts. I was blown away by it. Absolutely awesome. As well, you know, I need to give a shout out to my boy Gio hanging out in chat. Speaking of incredible artists, he streams on Twitch pretty much every day now. twitchtv.com/Ziogram, Xiogrim. Another incredible artist. Been here since pretty much day one on stream. If I can show off here, we got he did this little Poke Trainer version of me, which I appreciate, but y'all, it ain't even close to Gio's coolest art. I love it personally, and he's made an even better version. Hold on, we'll pop over here real quick. The stream's not. He did that one too. I have no audio sources on that screen, so I was talking to you and you couldn't hear me, but he did this one right there. It's not even his best art though, y'all. He has done incredible stuff. So if you want to see art live streamed, check out twitchtv.com/Zeogrim. My dude rocks it. But for now, this is a writing stream, folks. Let's do some words. We got 5 minutes on the clock. The way this is going to work, I'm going to write my next book live on stream for these next 5 minutes. If you want to write along with me, folks, or maybe you're folding laundry, maybe you're making a beautiful breakfast, maybe you're painting, maybe you're coding. We got 2 coders in chat right here. Whatever it is, please do it along with me. Good luck to you. And you know what I always say, timer's ticking. Let's get to it. All right, folks. Let's make some progress. Oh, you know what, folks? Let me check my starting word count again. 586. We're going to put that in chat because otherwise I won't remember it. There it is. 586 in chat. Let's remember that. Appreciate all the likes and follows today, folks. Super cool, yeah. If you're having a good time on stream, please do give a follow so I can see you on the next one. But we got plenty of time left today. We ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Hey, John K. Foster, welcome in, my friend. How you doing today? Good to see you. I'll pause the timer 1 second. You said, man, this is a fascinating way to write. How do you keep from getting distracted on stream? Well, I'm answering the question in a bad way right now, John, by pausing the timer and chatting with you. But nah, it's all good, dude. That's what we're here for. So what I do to not get distracted is we do 5-minute writing sprints. And I stay mostly focused during that time. But I like to pop out and talk to everybody real quick. And then at the end of it, we hang out and talk for a little bit. So kind of works, 5 minutes of focus and then a couple minutes chat with everybody and then run it back. It works out pretty good. But hey, John, welcome in, man. I'm glad to have you. Happy Monday to you. How you doing today? I'm gonna get that timer going again. Put in another 1 minute 50 seconds of writing. Let's see how we can add to that word count, huh? All right, quick time check, 30 seconds. Okay. Um, y'all chat. I'll chat with you here in just a minute. Let me get these last few words in, and we'll talk about it, huh? If y'all got any questions, y'all got any topics you want to talk about on our next little chat session, please let me know. Drop it in chat now. All right, that's got to be time, right? Let's see. Let's see. Yep, time has expired. Okay, so appreciate all the stuff in chat, y'all. Let's go talk about that. But real quick, just a little wrap up on that sprint. If you were writing with me, let me know how many words you got. And let's see. I put it in chat. What did I have? 586 at the start of it. So let's go ahead and grab that calculator, and we'll do 815 words minus 586 words. Hey, 226 words on that sprint. That's my best one today. All right, we take that. We take that. And we're pretty close to that word goal. A little bit early, too. So, hey, it was a productive Monday, y'all. Let me know if you were sprinting with me. How's it going for you? John, you said 5-minute writing sprints sound like a good idea. I've been reading Cal Newport's Deep Work. Interesting. I've not heard of Deep Work, but let me look into it. Deep Work by Cal Newport. Let's see what it is. Ah, okay. So rules for focused success. Interesting. Oh, okay. So you've got this is kind of themed to what you've been reading about, you know. Interesting. How you liking it? Sloyd, you said it kind of feels like sitting around in a writing or art class where you can work along with creatives. Yeah, that's Sloyd. I didn't come into this with any sort of plan. It's just kind of grown to be that way, and I'm rocking with it. I have fun. I hope y'all do too. Seems like it's a good way to spend the morning. Oh, John, you say this goes against most of what he says for focus work. But if it works for you, fascinating. Yeah, John, this is it's not really the most productive time for me. But I am a full-time author, so this is my job. So I come back in the afternoons after stream and I write about another 1,500 words. So really what I'm doing is getting to about a third to maybe 2/5 of my word count for the day on stream. And then we come back and edit it later, and then I add more words. This is really less of a productivity time for me and more of like thinking through what I'm gonna write for the day. Like the stuff that I'm writing right now is not the prettiest. Like you'll even see, let's see, right in here I just left a big space, a line jump, because it's basically first draft. And there's 2 more here. I'm not stitching it together as clean as I could. We're just basically getting words on page because you can't edit words you haven't written, right? So this is kind of a quick sloppy run through of everything, and then we clean it up later and perfect it. Soap Pharaoh, you said your writing method could be called the night writer method, similar to the Pomodoro method. Night method has a nice ring to it, Geo thinks. Yeah, I'm sure I'm not the first one to come up with this. I'm sure other folks have done it before, but hey, it works. Personally, it'd be even better just sitting and writing by myself all day. But y'all, I've been doing this job since 2018. I've been sitting by myself writing all day for many years, and you know what? It gets a little bit lonely. I'd rather spend some time with y'all each day. Kick it off right, get a good start to the day. Take all your questions about books, publishing. So anything you got, hit me with it, y'all. I'd love to talk about that, give you some writing advice, or just talk about what we're reading, what we're digging. John says, if you were going to recommend one thing you've written for someone to read, what would it be? Oh, John, well, thank you. That's very kind of you to ask. I love this question. John, here's all my book ones. The top row is fantasy. The bottom row is lit RPG. So it depends on what you're into. But fantasy is a little more approachable than lit RPG, perhaps. It's a bit more of a niche genre. So I would say it just depends. What sort of fantasy do you like? Do you like it more action heavy, a little more fight scenes? If that's your deal, Servant of Rage on the top left is I describe it as Dragon Ball Z-esque fight scenes in a Mongolian-inspired world. It's got Genghis Khan vibes to it. So if you like fight scenes and some gritty magic, Servant of Rage is where it's at. If you like something more like Jurassic Park, a little more thriller fantasy, The Far Wild on the top right. Can't go wrong with that one. The main character in it is one of my favorites. His name is Senecio, and he is the Empire's most beloved adventurer, or most successful adventurer, or perhaps its most... Y'all, I said it wrong. Hold on, I'm not as good as Senecio. It is the Empire's most beloved adventurer, or perhaps most successful con man. And I leave it up for you to decide exactly what he is. But anyway, I'd recommend one of those two. And I say that mainly because Wriggly Little Hands in the top middle is not out yet. May 27th, that fantasy comedy is going to hit you. And boy, I can't wait to get it out to y'all. But thank you for asking, John. I appreciate that. Hopefully it wasn't too long-winded of an answer. A.R. Rosalind, you said... I always say it Rosalind. Is it Rosalind or Rosalind? You let me know. I think Rosalind's like the more standard one, but let me know how to say it. I want to make sure I'm saying it right for you. You said this stream gives me motivation to write every day now that my best friend moved and the time difference. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. That's rough. Rosalind. Okay. So I'll say Rosalind. I guess the rose in your name. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear your best friend moved. That's rough. But I'm happy the stream can help a little bit. That's kind of what we're doing here, I feel like I get to be a real life support character with this stream, right? I get to send y'all off in the world with some good vibes, some buffs going on, right? Give you a little bit of inspiration for the day if we want to use D&D terms. Geogrim says Servant of Rage has amazing characters in it. Well, thank you, Geo. That's super kind of you to say. I appreciate that, my friend. Geo has done some incredible art for the characters in the book. Some of my first ever fan art. So, very stoked about that. But yeah, I like to say Servant of Rage is very combat heavy. It's about sinister magic and whatnot. But people have been resonating with the characters a lot. So, glad to hear it. I'm glad that y'all like the brothers' relationship and how that changes as the story gets a little more intense. Appreciate you saying so, Geo. Soap Pharaoh said, what do you recommend for editing grammar and review? Do you use a service? So I self-edit for the most part to get the cleanest draft I can, and then I hand that off to an editor. So I pay, if I'm self-publishing the book, I will pay a copy and line editor, one person to do both, a copy edit and a line edit. And that's about all I do for self-pub. For when I work with my small press, so if we pop back over here, any book that has a little logo down in the bottom left corner, you'll see, that is a book that I've published with Portal Books, the small press that I work with. When I write with them, what we do is I have an editor that I work with the whole time as I'm writing it, and they'll maybe provide a bit of developmental edits if the story's not going in the direction we want the most. That we really don't need to do that that much anymore. We got it down. When I was a newer author, we did that more. So really, again, it just goes to an editor who does a copy and line edit. Yeah, I do pay an editor for that. I mean, if it's with Portal Books, they pay the editor. If it's self-pub, I pay the editor. And I see Find Your Smile said copy, edit, and line edit. What are those? So there's really kind of three big types of editing. Copy edit is kind of the most basic one. Copy edit is literally looking for typos. Just trying to find places you messed up and there's annoying little typos in there. A line edit's a little bit bigger. That's looking a bit at more of flow from sentence to sentence, paragraph to paragraph, chapter to chapter. Just kind of making sure, for instance, a copy edit would say, you spelled strong wrong. A line edit would say, you've used strong 3 times in this paragraph, you should use something else. And then kind of the last big type of editing is developmental editing, which will say, actually, you said 14 chapters ago that this character was weak, so you should not describe them as strong here. That's my little summary of the 3 types of editing. AO, you said, I'd like to see Alex use Microsoft Paint and paint a portrait of the Goblin family heading for vacation. AO, dude, you don't want to see me try to paint. I am not a visual artist. I can do the map stream that we do on Fridays. You know, I made all these fantasy maps here in the background, but that's a far cry from painting. Actual painting, I'm no good at that. I have fun with it for sure. But it ain't pretty. It ain't good. I paint with my words. That's how we do it here. Hey, Yuck Yuck Lee, welcome in. Good to see you. How you doing? Do you have a good weekend? Having a good Monday? Let me know. And yeah, maps. We were we did our map stream again on Friday. Hold on, we can pull it up. I can show you the progress we made on it. It was a good stream. Let's load it up here. We'll do it again this Friday. It's going to be an every Friday thing now. So please. Hey, if you missed it, Yuck Yuck, go to youtube.com/@authoralexknight. Right down there. We have replays. If you go to that YouTube page and go to past lives, you can watch the whole stream. You can watch all the work we put into this beautiful map on Friday. We mainly were working down here in the south. We kind of made this whole cold desert thing with like an ice field between the islands. We got this creepy city, the Witherworm, going on. Foggy, creepy place down there. And we added some depth to the lake. And yeah, so it was a good stream. Oh, and we also painted in the water. We got some water depth going. It's not final. We need to clean up the shallows, make it a bit smoother. But yeah, it was a Find Your Smile. You're right, the duck. We got a little Easter egg in here for Find Your Smile. You requested that, right? Someone requested we do a duck Easter egg, so I don't know if y'all can see it. We got a little duck hanging out in this treetop. Little Easter egg on the map for those that were there. So yeah, it's progressing nicely. I can't wait to get back to it on Friday. So make sure to tune in for that. And if you missed it, like I said, the VOD is on youtube.com/@authoralexknight. Be excited to have you folks. But yep, like where was it? Harpy dropping this in chat. Which, by the way, Harpy, thank you for the finger heart. I appreciate that gift. And y'all, we haven't had too many new folks around today, so I haven't been mentioning it. But if you're here and you're having fun, you want to have keep having fun once the stream ends, I just dropped our Discord link in chat. You can hang out there. We got a growing Discord community going there. Almost 100 users in the Discord now. Astounding, y'all. I'm blown away by that. But thank you for joining, having fun in there. A lot of chatter going on too. You know, folks sharing their art, sharing their writing. Reacting to my books as they read them, which personally and biasedly I love. It's been a good time, so come hang out with us on Discord if you'd like. Yuck Yuck, you said that bridge up in the north on the island. That a bridge up in the north on the island. Yes, it is, Yuck Yuck. It is. It's going to be a port city we're putting in there, and it's going to be that's just a stand-in bridge for now. We'll bridge it properly. Probably this Friday. Maybe we work on it this Friday. Should be fun. It's gonna be a little port town. Gio, thank you for the heart me. Joining the stream team, my friend. I appreciate that. Good to have you on there. And not Chase Garrett, my friend. Welcome in. Happy Monday. How you doing? You have a good weekend? I hope so. Hope you had a good weekend. We're glad to have you back here. Thank you for re-upping the stream team, my friend. It was good to see you. We've been rocking and rolling here today, folks. It's been a good stream. Got 20 minutes or so left on it, and check it out. 815 words toward our word goal. We're pretty darn close. I think, one more good sprint. We could hit that. Should we kick up another writing sprint? What do you think? You can do that, or if you got any questions you want to ask or anything you want to talk about, y'all just let me know. We'll do it. Not Chase Garrett. You said Easter is always drama-filled, so I say it wasn't boring. Well, hey, we'll take wasn't boring, but I prefer restful and lazy for my weekends. Hopefully you can get that next weekend. Gonna need some recovery time from the drama, huh? I could definitely see that. But hey, like you said, at least it wasn't boring. And hey, fresh week now, fresh new week, endless possibilities ahead of us. Let's see how it's gonna go. All right. Let's see, anything I haven't talked about? Well, gotta do a little promotion. Y'all, if you are in the greater Houston area on May 9th, we're going to have a Scholastic Book Fair for adults, or I guess legally I can't say Scholastic because they're not associated, but if you were into the Scholastic Book Fair as a kid, you liked those days back in elementary and middle school, we are doing a local book fair here that's supposed to recapture those vibes. The Beyond the Covers Book Fair for adults. It's going to be May 9th in downtown Houston at the Social Beer Garden, 6 to 10 p.m. Come on out. I will be there selling my books in person. And the proceeds benefit Be a Resource Houston. It's right there if I lean out of the way. It's a local charity that benefits at-risk and CPS-affected children. So you're helping a good cause. And we're going to have a bunch of local authors, local creatives, and artists out there selling their stuff. And there'll be a bunch of food trucks. The beer will be flowing. It should be a good time. So y'all, if you're in the greater Houston area, come on out and see me. Love to meet you in person. Soap Pharaoh said, are there benefits of self-pub versus traditional? Absolutely, Soap. There's three main types of publishing. There's traditional publishing, where you go with a more traditional publisher, or one of the bigger ones, an Orbit, or I don't know, Simon and Schuster. Like, there's a lot of big publishers out there. Going with one of them would be traditional publishing. Then there's a lot of small presses out there, like Portal Books, who I work with. That's small press publishing. And then there's self-pub, where you do it yourself. The benefits of self-pub are it moves at the speed you want it to. It's cheaper. It's a little bit easier to get into. It's a lot of fun. You get final executive control, creative control on everything. Downsides of self-pub, you're fronting all the money for it. You have to do all the promo for it, and basically you have to do everything. So we'll just go on that third point of you have to do everything. But you know, it's a lot of fun, and if you enjoy the marketing, if you enjoy getting out there and spreading the word of your book, or you enjoy book formatting and making marketing graphics, all that stuff, then self-pub could be great for you. They each have their pros and cons. If there's one you're specifically interested in, or you'd like to know more about any of them, let me know. Happy to talk to them. Not Chase Garrett, you said your recovery time from this weekend will be reading The Far Wild. Well, thank you, Garrett. I appreciate that, man. Garrett's talking about The Far Wild here on the top right. It's a fantasy thriller I wrote, inspired by my love of Jurassic Park. Pretty fun one, in my opinion. I hope you enjoy it, Chase. Thank you for picking it up. And I hope that it helps you recover from your drama and, I assume, family-filled Easter weekend. Sloyd, you said, sounds awesome, speaking about the book fair event, but it's a long drive from Wisconsin. Yeah, Sloyd's might not be worth driving all the way down from Wisconsin. Shame about that, but hey, we'll get you the next one. Maybe it takes off so much we show up to Wisconsin for the next one. Who knows? Same for you, Garrett. If you were close, you'd go, but you're way too far. Where you at, Garrett? Where are you tuning in from? Cassidy, welcome in. Happy Monday. Good to see you. And C. Brown, fantasy author. Happy Monday. Welcome in. We did finish the novella. C. Let's see. Let me pull it up. Yeah, this was, folks, if you were here a couple weeks ago, we were working on Thief of Honor. It is a prequel novella to Servant of Rage. We wrote this entirely on stream. It's off with the editor now. So yeah, we've moved on from that one. I'm excited. A couple weeks here, I'll be able to get it out to y'all, and you can read what we wrote on stream. But for now, we're working on Book 5 of the Paragon series. This is the cover for Book 1. Book 5 is a little bit too fresh, so we don't have a cover for it. But we're working on Book 5 in this series right now. And Thief of Honor has been finished. Steve Brown, you said, how many words did you end up with on the novella? We ended up at about 22,000. So we went 2,000 beyond the projected total. But it was pretty good. Editing's going to strip a little bit of that out, so we'll probably end up right around 2,000 or 20,000, a little bit over maybe 21,000. So I'm not mad about it. It was pretty good. Yeah, I agree with that, Aaron. Harpy, I must have. Yeah, there you go, Harpy. Y'all, I missed that. You said we need a virtual book fair. Maybe I'll mention that to the organizer while we're there. See what kind of interest we get. That'd be pretty fun. I'm not sure how the logistics of it would work, but there's folks out there better at planning than me. Not Chase Garrett, you said you're from Maryland. I would just say capital of U.S., but District of Columbia is the capital. Gotcha. Yeah, hey, Maryland works. Maryland. What do they call that? There's a name for like the Northern Virginia, Maryland, D.C. area, but I'm blanking on what it is right now. But yeah, hey, it's a nice part of the country, that mid-Atlantic coast, right? Hey, Gio, thank you for the tiny diny, my friend. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. The best gift out there, objectively. Look, the cowboy hat and everything's cool, but Tiny Tiny's where it's at, my dude. Um, Thank you very much, Gio. Far too generous of you. No need for that, but I appreciate you. DMV says not Chase Garrett or Delmarva Peninsula. Now I've never heard Delmarva Peninsula. DMV was the one I was thinking of. That's for Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, right? Rock on, rock on. Beautiful part of the country up there. All right, folks. Hey, well, we need to get another writing sprint going. So if you're here for the first time, welcome in, everybody. I am author Alex Knight. I write fantasy books. Been doing it since 2018, and now I write them on stream with you guys. So we got a 5-minute timer queued up here. I'm going to work on my next book for the next 5 minutes, live on stream. If you got something you want to work on, please come on, work on it with me. And then at the end, we're going to circle back and do some questions about books, writing, publishing, anything you want to talk about. Please just drop it in chat, and we will talk about it. Be a good time. Chase Garrett, you said, I fear I take you away from many writing times. Nah, you're good, Chase. I love the chat interaction. Never feel bad about it. That's what we're here to do, right? I got all the rest of my hours all day long to sit and write quietly in my own head by myself. It gets lonely. I want to hang out with y'all while I do it. That's a lot more fun. So I appreciate y'all being here. And look, we got 5 minutes on clock. And I'm 285 words from hitting the word goal. So, y'all, that's a big ask on one writing sprint, but I think we can do it. Think we can get there? Let me know in chat if you think I can get it on this next sprint, and we're gonna... Oh, you're right, Aaron, 185. Y'all, I told you I'm bad at math. 185 words. Okay, we can get that. We can get that. We've been hitting that for each sprint. Let's do it, huh? See if we can get that word goal. Aaron, you're here for the math. Thank you. Back there with a pen and paper, pencil tucked into your ear, checking my math as we go through it. I appreciate that. You feel like the teams at NASA for a rocket launch in the back room, double checking everything. Glad to have you for that. All right, 185, y'all. We can get that, right? We can get that. Well, if you're going to write along with me or you're going to work on your art, your coding, we got several coders hanging out today. Whatever it is, please, let's do it. Renegade on YouTube said, knock out that goal. I fixed all my code bugs. Now it's your turn for a win. Hey, rock on, dude. Congrats. Good job. Good job crushing those bugs. You're right. Now it's my turn. So look at that. Timer's rolling. Folks, let's get that word goal done. If you're writing along with me, please, good luck and get after it. Let's see how many words we can put on page here. Starting at, let me put it in chat, 815 words. There it is. That's where we're starting. Let's get it. Let's see. Let's get a time check. Ooh, 2 minutes left. 2 minutes. And only 30 words to go to the word goal. Let's sprint to that finish line anyway. You got to end on it. You got to end at high speed, right? Just like a 5K, you got to sprint to the end of the finish. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, word goal, but 30 seconds left, so we're gonna keep on sprinting here. Got to finish out strong, y'all. If you're sprinting with me, if you're working with me, please, good luck. Get to the finish. Boom. All right. That's got to be time, right? Okay, yeah, it is. Timer up and words written. Word goal hit. Y'all, you know what that means? Get the celebration on screen. Woo! 1,097 words. Let's go. Thank you for helping me get there, folks. Appreciate you being here with me for it. We did it. Another day, another word goal. Feels good. You know, we don't always hit it, y'all. It feels like it's you can always get there, but you know, we had a day last week we didn't do it, and we had a couple days last week we had to push for it, but we're starting off Monday right. Turns out having a very restful weekend helps you start the week feeling good. Y'all, if you were sprinting along with me, let me know how it went, and let's get a little math check. I started at 815 words, and we ended at 1097. So let's see. 282 words. Hey, best sprint of the day. Best sprint of the day for the finish. Gotta love that. Let's go. Destroy and Dan, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. You said I'm back. I started the newest Aragon book, Murtagh. Pretty good. Yo, rock on, man. You've been working through the inheritance cycle, right? Keep us updated on Murtagh. I've yet to read it, but I'm kinda about it, you know. I'm debating whether I just jump into it now or if I need to do a reread of the inheritance cycle because it's been a decade since I've read it. And I know I'd have a good time rereading it. Kataru, hey, welcome in. You said, I hope you had a wonderful Easter, Alex. Well, thank you, my friend. I hope you did too. Did you do anything special this past weekend? I mostly slept from sheer exhaustion of a busy week, a busy but good week last week. So my weekend was all sleeping, resting up, and playing Pokemon Yellow, reliving my childhood, and having a great time doing it. Ronnie, thank you for the fireworks. Zeogrim for the cheers. I appreciate that, y'all. Word goal has been hit. Should we do a little celebration? I mean, we got the word goal animation, but it's been a little while since we've done a little fun celebration for it. So we got to get a victory screen, huh? Destroy and Dan, you worked a double on Easter. Oh, that's no fun. I'm sorry about that. Are you off today? You gonna be Gonna have a Monday and Tuesday off or something like that to make up for it. Sorry you had to work so much. All right, let's we hit our word goal, y'all, so we gotta have a little celebration here. So well, first of all, a huge thank you to the Academy and to all the streaming networks for broadcasting as we hit our word goal live. You know, it's a goal I couldn't have achieved without y'all being with me there every step of the way. First of all, of course, a huge shout out and thank you to Aaron, always there for my bad writing ideas, always there to let me run into her office with a bad joke I'm about to write on stream. So thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. A big thank you to the Academy, to my parents, to everybody that helped make this possible. It's really weird to me that we give out trophies for hitting word goals on random Mondays, but look, they said to be here for the ceremony, so I am. I got my hair done too, y'all. Y'all okay? You like it? Is it a good style? Should I stick with it from now on? Y'all let me know. I guess we'll just add this trophy to the shelf behind me. Gonna be a lot of those on there if we do a celebration for every word goal we achieve. But no, anyway, that's one of the celebration screens. We got a couple of those we pull up when we're having a little bit of fun for hitting that word goal. Hey, Rafi, you dipped for a bit, but you made it back for the celebration. Rock on. Yeah, it was perfect timing. Aaron says you got it, dude. Destroying Dan says get the shots out. No, I work till Friday. Then off to Colorado to do IVF mini vacation for me. Yo, Dan, hey. Good luck with that. I hope it goes well for you. It's a crazy process, but I'm pulling for you. We just had our community member Melissa Lee just had her baby, so congrats to Melissa as well. Very happy for her, and a congrats and welcome to the world to I believe it was Rowan Nicholas was the baby's name. So one more night joining the round table. We'll pull up that high chair for him. Huge congrats there. Folks, been a good stream, huh? Thanks for being here with me. I'll give one more shout out, of course. Y'all, if you've been hanging out and having a good time, I'm author Alex Knight. These are my books. Please feel free to take a look at them. See if you might want to pick one up. I get a lot of questions about, do I have a Patreon? Do I take donations? Nothing like that, folks. All I ask is you hang out with me. If you had a good time, give me a like or a follow. And if one of these books looks interesting to you, hey, give them a look. You can find them all on Amazon, an audiobook, ebook, paperback, or you can read all about them at authoralexknight.com. Please do give them a look if that seems like something you're interested in. If you got any questions about them, ask me in chat, and I'll talk about it. Oh, well, speaking of, Destroy and Dan said, which book should I read first? Well, Dan, what do you like? I'm happy to pick one out for you. The top row's fantasy. The bottom row's lit RPG, so got to pick between those two first of all. I think fantasy's a bit more approachable for a wider audience, so you let me know, but I'll just say The Far Wild on the top right is Jurassic Park inspired, so if you like interesting characters running from some big hungry beasties, that's a pretty good one for you. Got expedition, kind of Jumanji vibes, and boy, I love the main character in this one, Senecio. He is the Empire's most beloved adventurer, or perhaps its most successful con man. I'll leave it up to you to decide which he is, but either way, he's got a big ego and a big personality. Yeah, not quite dinosaurs in there, so but pretty darn close. I mean, if you look at the cover here, let's pull it up. We don't quite got dinosaurs in there, but we're getting pretty close. I mean, we got this big old boy in the background causing trouble. So yeah, that's a fun one. I really like it. I'm a sucker for thrillers. If you want something a little more kind of anime-esque, Servant of Rage here on the top left is kind of like Dragon Ball Z fight scenes in a world with a very sinister magic system that the magic might be more than just a tool. Might have a little something going on there. Might have plans of its own. Who knows? But yeah, Servant of Rage, a bit more of a gritty fantasy. It's about three brothers who uncover a power that could return their people to glory, and certainly will have no ill side effects for using it way too much, way too often, way too early. So yeah, Dan, I'll leave it up to you, but if any of that sounds interesting, give it a check. You can see them all at authoralexknight.com. But y'all, hey, thanks for being here with me today. Been a good one. Destroying Dan, I think you mentioned the games, right? I looked into that. I looked into it after stream. It sounds super cool. Very sciencey, right? It's got like that genetic engineering vibe. Um, I remember you mentioned that last week. I wrote it down and looked into it. It looks super fun. I think it would scratch that Michael Crichton itch. I love Michael Crichton books. Grew up on them, and yeah, I gotta throw that on my to be read pile. Lord knows there's enough books there already, but that does sound pretty good. Hey, y'all, as always, thank you very much for being here with me. We had a good stream today. Hit our word goal. We got some progress done. Had some good interaction from chat. Hey, I want to give a special thanks to Kevin McLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to community I'm just stumbling all over the place. An extra special thank you to community member Raffi the Engineer, who provided our newest background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Thank you very much for that, Raffi. I appreciate that. Oh, Raffi throwing a last minute question up, said, should I go live today? Raffi, absolutely. Let us know in Discord when you do it. I'll see if I can tune in, dude. I missed the last one, but I'd love to hear it. I'd love to tune in and see. Find Your Smile said you're going to need an album of the music. Well, there you go, Smile. I just dropped a Discord link in chat. You can find all of the songs there except Raffi's. I don't know if Raffi's posted it anywhere, but Raffi, if you do, let me know. I'll include it with the links. But you can find 4 of the 5 background songs at that Spotify link right there. Also, y'all, a quick shout out. If you've had fun today, please give me a follow so we can have fun together on the next one. But outside of that, there's the Discord link in chat. If you want to hang out with the community outside of stream, that's where you can do it at. Just copy paste that link, hit us up on Discord. We are approaching 100 members in that server. Love to get over 100. See who the lucky 100th member is, huh? Maybe I gotta celebrate them extra special. But nah, it's a good community. It's been a wonderful experience watching it grow. So thanks for being there, y'all, and thanks for being here with me today. Been a great stream. I've had fun. I hope you have. I hope we can send you off now today with some good vibes to kick off your week, kick off your Monday. And folks, we've been here every weekday. We will be here every weekday, so I will see you tomorrow, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. I think TikTok's not really sending out notifications for some reason when I go live. But hey, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, I'll be there. And if you're in the Discord, we do a ping, so you'll get a notification. But folks, I'm sorry if you're just joining in at the end, but look, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time tomorrow, we will be back. I'm excited to see y'all again. We'll do another 1,000 or so words on stream, take more questions about books, publishing, writing, anything y'all want to talk about. But folks, thanks for being here. I hope you have a great Monday, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Rock on, guys. Have a good one. Thanks again.